Hello and welcome to Legends of Expedition Lost Rubies of the Amazon. In this video I'm going to show you how to play the game. So sit back, relax, and let's go on an adventure. Alright, so there are some components that we need to look at first. So let's do that. Of course we do have our dice here. They come in three different colors. There's the yellow member dice, the green expedition dice, and there is a kind of like a module expansion that comes with this, the hunters module. That all goes together here. You can choose to play with that or not. That's up to you. I think in this video, I think I'm going to do just a regular playthrough, so we can go ahead and set all that stuff to the side. You got this cool little bag. I use it as a kind of like a dice kind of rolling area. Nice and soft and quiet. Nice little addition there. And it kind of adds to the theme a bit. We have, of course, our rubies. There are three of them. Our compass, which in the crowd sale, you'll be receiving this cool metal coin, which is a nice little addition. After that, it's going to be this plastic compass. Pretty cool, but you know, nothing beats that heavy kind of coin, metal coin. So that's going in the crowd sale there. We have a couple tokens here. We have, of course, our expedition team. You're going to have 4 expedition team members. There's a healthy side, and then on the flip side is the injured side. Okay, and then in the final version, these are going to be a little bit more red to kind of really stand out. So we have those. We have supplies, which you'll be gathering, you'll be losing, you'll be using them on your adventure, and 2 letters from home that can really boost your morale during your adventure. A couple extra tokens that you may or may not see, the curse token and the guide token. They can be set to the side, and I think we're just about ready to go. There is an extra card here that has, it says danger on the top. This has a breakdown of your danger roll, which I'll explain to you later when we get into our adventure. And on the back side also are the symbols that you'll see on the cards and what they do. Okay, it's a nice little handy thing to have on the side. Of course, there is the rule book as well that goes in depth on, you know, most of the concepts, how to play, how your game should look, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I think what I want to do is move this down, move these down, and I want to get set up. So there are expedition cards, which are these with the compass on it, and there are escape cards, which are these. Let's just go ahead and start our first game here. We're going to take our escape cards and give those a shuffle. We're going to choose one and place that down, just like that. All the rest you can go to the side there. All right, then you take your expedition cards, and you're going to deal out 17 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All the rest you can put to the side. So let me gather these up here. Okay. And I like to just shuffle these up again. And you're going to put those right on top of your escape. Okay, you're basically ready to go. You're going to start with 4 team member dice. All your expedition dice you can kind of put to the side there. Excuse me, and we're ready to go. So let's start our adventure. Let's reveal the first card. Let's flip that over. And we're going to put our compass on there. Okay, actually, you know, let's just take a little closer look. So this is a supply card. You can tell by this symbol here. And then there's a number up here. So this, I call these supply 3 card. And what that means is Well, here's the symbol. This is going to give you a reward or penalty at the end of your, if you have any remaining dice. So you can refer to this. This is gather supplies. Gain 1 supply for each member die remaining. So that's what that is. And we're rolling our 4 member dice against this number here, 3. Expedition dice. Okay, so that's 3. So this kind of just represents our team gathering supplies. There is some danger out there while we gather supplies, and it's not an easy task. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to take everything. Oh, we have our 4 member dice, our 3 expedition dice, and we're going to roll them all together. Okay, and you can separate them however you like, really. But what we're looking for here are matches. So we do have a 2 that matches, so we'll get those and remove them from our dice pool. I do have a 4 that matches, so we'll get rid of that. Also keep in mind, let's say if this was, well, that was episode 5, right? Okay. If this was a 2, 1 member die can remove all matches. Okay, so this 1 member die could remove all the 2s and we'd be done. But in this case, it was a 5. So here's what we have left. Now I don't have any matches left now, okay? What I can do, a couple options. I can use the standard option usually. Well, yeah, the standard option is using a supply. I can discard that to add or subtract a pip from one of these dice, from one of our member dice. So in this case, I could spend a supply to lower this down to a 5, and then we would match and we're good to go. Alternatively, we could use a letter from home to change any member die to any value we'd like. And then lastly, we can get rid of any non-matching die and a member die by taking an injury to one of our characters. Okay, but in this case, I changed that down to a 5 and got rid of that. And now look, we have 1 member die remaining, and because we're on a supply card, we gain 1 supply for each member die remaining. This case is 1, so we gain 1 supply. Okay, now we move forward. Okay, now this one is a campsite 4. So we always roll our 4, and we're rolling 4 expedition dice. Let's roll it up. Okay. All right, perfect example. We got a 2 that gets rid of both of these 2s. We've got a 4 that'll get rid of this. And what I'm going to do is actually take an injury because I am on a campsite and I have 1 remaining, so I get to heal 1 character. So we lucked out there. Okay, now this is kind of like a special one. There are the standard cards that have the expedition dice, the symbol and number on them. And then these are non-expedition cards. These are kind of like special events. This one here, we kind of come across some ancient temples, this little like totem here. But it tells you what you're going to do. You're going to roll all member dice. Okay. And then it just has kind of like a result tree here. Gain 1 health for each 6 rolled. Lose 1 supply for each 1 rolled. Okay, and you can use supplies to mitigate any of this if you'd like. So let's roll. I don't really need health, so I don't want any 1s, and we're good. So let's keep moving. Okay, here is our... this is an opportunity to find a ruby. Okay, so we're going to roll all member dice. Gain 1 ruby if we roll 1 6. If we fail, we lose 1 health. So this one, I'm fairly confident we will find the ruby here. Let's roll this. And we got it. Okay, there's our 6. We gain a ruby. Beautiful. We'll sit that right there. Now what the rubies do is that they allow you to re-roll any of your member dice. Okay. Here's another one here. This one, we've kind of come across some supplies here in an abandoned kind of, maybe a previous expedition team or what. But this one, we're going to roll all our member dice and lose 1 health for each one rolled. Then we're going to gain supplies equal to the number of non-injured members. So this could be really good. Because we have 4 non-injured members, so we could gain 4 supplies here. So let's roll. We got no ones? Beautiful. Wow, we just found a stash. All right. That is wonderful. Ooh, and now we have a kind of like a nasty looking bridge here. We're going to roll all our member dice, roll a straight with 4 member dice. So a straight is, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we fail, we lose one team member to the bridge. Not an injury. Oh boy, this is not good. We got plenty of supplies though. We could get through this. All right, we've got a 4, 6. Okay, let's use the ruby to reroll. Okay, 4, 5, 6. So we really need to get a 3. We could use a letter from home or supplies. I'm going to use supplies. So I'm going to use 2 supplies to make that a 3. And there we have our straight. And we get past the bridge. A little troublesome. We had to use a couple supplies, but we made it through. So I am happy with that. I'm just going to move this up just a little bit more so we have room to play. All right, here we go. Ooh, man. We got lots of nasty stuff here. This is a sand trap. We're going to roll our member dice. Lose 1 member to the sand trap if we roll a 6. And if we roll a 1, we gain the curse. All right, we got the 1. I'm going to use my ruby to re-roll that. Oh, that was not a 1, I don't think. All right, so we're good there. All right, so this is an Explore 2. There's no penalty or reward for these. So here we go. We got a 4 here. I'm going to re-roll this with my ruby. Nope. I think I'm going to, use a supply to take this down to a 5, and we are good. No reward, no penalty, so let's move forward. All right, Explore 4. We've got a lot of exploring here to do, so let's keep trekking through. All right, we've got a 3. We'll get rid of those 3s. We've got nothing else. Let's re-roll this. Nothing. Eeks. Let's use 1 supply to make that a 5. You know what? I'm going to take an injury because I really want to keep as much supplies as I can because I know things are going to get a little hectic further along. All right. So, this is good. A campsite. Oh, and it's a campsite too. So this is a fairly calm little campsite. Nice little spot for us. This 2 will get rid of that. Let's re-roll with the ruby. Oh, what was that? Oh, I don't know what that was. Let's just make it a 1. I'm sorry. We did a re-roll. Let's use a supply to drop that down to a 1. All right, there might be a caveat there. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. But I have 2 left over on a campsite, so that lets me heal 2. So I'll just heal that 1 there. Perfect. All right, moving right along. Okay, here's our first danger card. This is a danger 4. So what we do is add our 4, and then we're going to roll a expedition die, and we actually got a good result here, I think. 6. Oh, we got some bananas, and of course bananas will heal any injury that we have, but we don't need it, so we are good to go. Usually it's a bad thing. I have to say 50% of the time it's a bad thing. All right, we got a 1. Let's go ahead and re-roll this. That's a 1. I'm going to use a letter from home to make this a 3. And I'll take care of these 2 here. And I'm going to go ahead and take another injury here and move along. We're not doing too bad. I feel pretty confident about this. This is a supply 4, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh wow, this one's a great one. 3 is gone. And let's go ahead and re-roll. 5. I'll use a supply to make that a 4. Get rid of that. And I gain 2 supplies. Alright, a net gain of 1 supply. Okay. Man, this is looking good. Hold on one sec. Let me zoom out just a hair. Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, move this up just a little bit. Okay. All right, we ready? This is the last leg of our journey here. We're doing really well. Okay, we're rolling 4 dice. This is for a ruby. Let's give it a try. Okay, this one I need 3 6s, and it says here you may keep any 6 rolled and roll the remaining dice again. So we'll keep that one. Let's go ahead and use a supply to make that a 6. And then we'll roll again. Ooh! I'm going to use my re-roll for my ruby, a 5, and I'll use a supply to make that a 6. Sweet. All right, we've got 2 rubies. That is wonderful. Moving right along. This is an Explore 3, so let's do it. All right, there's a 1. Okay, all right. Let's use a re-roll. There's another reroll. 6. All right. Use a supply to drop this to a 4. Get rid of these, and we get to move forward. Okay. I was feeling very comfortable, but look how quickly our supplies have really dwindled here. Oh, but hey, look. There's a supply 2. This could be good. This could be good. Oh no. Okay. All right. Let's re-roll. And let's re-roll again. Oh boy. Okay. This. Okay. Let's use our one supply, our last supply, to get rid of that 2. And then I'm going to take an injury to get rid of that. And I have 2 left over, so I do gain 2 supplies. All right. We did get 2 supplies out of it, but at what cost? What cost? We shall find out, honestly. All right, another ruby chance. We need 2 6s on this one. All right, we got 1 6 and 4. I'm going to re-roll, and I'm going to re-roll again. A 3. Come on. All right. I'm going to use my letter from home. That little morale boost to make this any value I want, and I will get that there. Okay, I hope that was the right decision. All right, this is a little outing here. There are some supplies. Let's see if we can get them without hurting ourselves. 6 will give us a supply, but a 1 will lose a health, so I'm going to re-roll that. I have 2 more re-rolls. Do I chance it to get more supplies? Yeah, I'm going to chance it here. I'm going to go 1, and I think I'm going to just sit there. Yeah. Okay. I feel good. And we have this here, which is a standard little 6 escape. So let's see. 5, 6. We've got 2 supplies and 3 rubies, and we've got a good bit of health here. I think we could do this. All right, 3. I'm going to use 1 of my rubies to re-roll. 6, okay, that's great. I'm going to use another re-roll. Oh, what was that? Was that a 1? Oh shoot, I did it again. I think it was a 1. Okay, and I do have another reroll. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, well, I'll use this. Take an injury. The goal here, I have 1 expedition die left over, which is an additional injury for each expedition die left over. And the goal for the escape, you need to have 1 member die left over in order to escape. So, we didn't do it. So what you do is you do it again, but in this time, you do it 1 less than your previous one. So this time we'll do it against 5. Okay, confidence is dwindling here. We can't make it all the way through here to lose it at the end. There's a 3. There's a 4. Let's re-roll. Let's do it again. Okay, stop with the 3s. Well, it listened. 3. I don't have enough to get it to a 6. Oh no, that's 2 more injuries. 1 injury and another one. That means we lose 2. Oh, this is disastrous. Okay. Do it again with 4. Oh boy. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I think we did it. I think we did it. Okay, here's 1. Here's 2. Use 1 supply to make this a 3. That'll take care of those 2. And whoo! We made it. By the skin of our teeth, we made it through. Oh, we lost 2 of our expedition team members though in the process. Man, oh man. I thought we were going to have a clean win with all 4 team members, but see, I guess I was wrong. The escape is always the hardest part. Now, you've seen here, this is Lost Rubies of the Amazon. This is kind of the base standard game. When you add these hunters in, the difficulty ramps up tremendously. It gets really hard. I have a hard time winning against these. So there you go. We finally made it though. So that's what counts. Let's have a moment of silence for the team members we lost. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.